this. Shout out live from the hospital. uh, my car is just a piano on wheels because I'm trying to sell pianos the independent way. They're like, I wouldn't just get a piano from a guy that just drives one around, like as a piano truck or something. I'm like, no. Like, that's the guy that's gonna get you the piano that you're actually looking for. Like, that's the guy, I'm telling you, bro. I rode a bowling ball full of wet paint from the roof to the lawn because I'm painting a giant picture of a penguin's chin. They're like, how do you find the time? How do you get the free time to do things like this? I'm like, oh yeah, well, I go on morning runs to sell homewreckers insurance. So, you put in what you put out, I swing at mosquitoes with a bag of blocks because I can't stuff fly swatters down my shirt anymore. They're like, I think that's a blessing in disguise. I'm like, is it a blessing in disguise? Or is it just a blessing in the sky that I can't reach? I had a rooftop concert in the middle of the winter because a head full of nightmares is a treasure for any artist. They're like, why are you having nightmares? I'm like, because time travelers are asking for tips these days. Even the time travelers want 5%. It's fucked up. I did somersaults with scissor hands at the picnic because the pumpkin bread tastes like it died for our sins. They're like, yeah, this bread is like really rich. I'm like, yeah, bro, you can only wash it down with atomic acrobatics. I turned go-karts into bracelets because I wanted to break into the fish tank industry. They're like, the fish tank industry is very competitive. I'm like, I know. So I threw stuff in there like an arcade basketball game until I realized that the go-kart bracelets are the way in. Oh, wait. Yeah. I was sewing clothes on a park bench because I tripped on a shepherd's robe and tore it. He's like, yo, will you be able to like have my robe re-sewn by tonight? I said, no, because I have to take a date. I have to take a lamppost on a date, but I'll have it to you by tomorrow, bro, I promise. I read rooms with binoculars because I host yoga classes in my treehouse. They're like, do a lot of people show up for that? I'm like, yeah, we like to feed the squirrels during butterfly pose. So yeah, come through if you want. It's a fun class. It's cold power on Thursdays. I fill balloons with air freshener because I like to hide my anger in the smell of the rainbow. They're like, what are you so angry about this time? I'm like, well, this time I sold my house to go to the Cleveland Orchestra. These tickets are getting expensive, man. I drooled on an octopus because I'm flexible with the things that I have to give my attention to. They're like, wait, so you get mesmerized even in dangerous situations? I'm like, yeah. I mean, really, I was just trying to save my potato chips from drowning. I mopped the snow in the driveway because I pull out in red carpet every time I leave the house. They're like, yeah, dude, everything you do is so flashy. I'm like, not really. Like, I mean, I do have a swimming pool full of toilet water. So is that flashy or is that like, I draw the line, you know what I mean? You always have to have some give and take. I eat cotton candy wrapped around a hot dog because it makes me feel comfortable opening up to the Statue of Liberty. They're like, I've heard you've been getting into a lot of trouble lately, Aaron. I'm like, yeah. I know that I lost a fight when I feel like we both learned our lesson. That's how you know you lost a fight. I'm like, yeah, I think he learned his lesson as well. I fill the dance floor with ice sculptures because I'm trying to turn ice into sauce. They were like, are you trying to kill the party? I'm like, no, I just want to bring out the pool party drinks. I want a jet ski race with an extra prosthetic arm because I always have to face the girl with the eye patch. They're like, didn't you used to make fun of people with prosthetic limbs back in middle school, Aaron? I'm like, hey, I can't go backwards, so I can't take back words. So leave me alone. I hang upside down from the ceiling a lot because I test how wedgie proof all of my underpants are. They're like, that makes a lot of blood go to your head. I'm like, yeah, and that's why I'm selling haircuts in European portions. I play wheelchair basketball because I have a collection of my favorite celebrity bodysuits. They're like, yo, I don't think that it's part of the rules to wear those. I'm like, yeah, it is, and I know it because I have the rule books carved in my teeth. I flew a kite in a helicopter because I finally finished installing a microwave and a snowman. They're like, Aaron, put the kite away. We're about to land at the safari. I'm like, nice. Now I can blow a ping pong ball out of an elephant's ears. It's one of my goals. One of my dreams, you may say. I scaled 2 very tall cacti because I'm trying to get the veins in my hands tangled up. They're like, does that hurt? I'm like, yeah, it hurts a lot, but all I did yesterday was make snow angels in my bed sheets. So I have time to make it unhurt, if that makes sense. I opened the roof of my house because I'm using a Polaroid to iron my diamond clothes with. They're like, the light reflections make it hard to see in here. I'm like, yeah. Plus, I wasted a lot of liquid sunlight. I set off fireworks out of a wine glass because I get a free jellyfish yo-yo if I can provide proof. They're like, how you provide proof without a picture? I'm like, I'm not too worried about that because I once convinced an adult that I had flamethrower hands. I quit my job on a diving board because I had just bought 67-foot massagers. They were like, was that the only reason you were doing this job? I said, yeah, well, that's me, just a guy that loves to fall in love with things. I cry in cannonball position because I used to play cards with the monsters in the basement. They're like, you need to stop sleeping on the floor. I'm like, but it'll be the only way to ensure that I'll have a healthy serving of spiders for breakfast. I carved a maze into an apple because I like the taste of being lost in my own mess. They're like, that is very time consuming. I'm like, yo, it's an art form. I can only choose an apple if it can do the limbo under the shopping cart. That's how I know it's the perfect apple for this. I pulled shells from out of my dog's stomach because I hope that one day I learn to love myself as much as I love the idea of this person I am about to marry. They're like, no one is forcing you to take care of somebody or something. I'm like, yeah. How do I get Band-Aids out of my dog's stomach? I dodged a bunch of bullets because I was reaching for the pretzels. They're like, boy, that shooter was really bad with his aim. I'm like, yeah, drive-bys must be hard to aim these days because the speed limit signs on this highway are only viewable in the app. I wish I had a Siamese twin because the other one would have hair made of flowers. They're like, wouldn't it be hard to do things together? I'm like, no, of course not. He would be the only person that I could trust to do the limbo with binoculars on. Like, what's more trustworthy than that?